Hello, everybody. Brian here. We are on the 18th of September. Just wanted to go through the process of how we get to where we're at, along with single stock analysis. That will show you how we get really good stock winners. So, the first thing I can show you is our standard I've shown before. Um, These are your categories, market categories. So this is for the best performing categories over the last 30 days. So if I just sort this out here, I can include so much data. I don't know what people want in terms of what overwhelms them. So you can see here we've got these are your best performing sectors. As I said, these are about 64 plus. So we got Japan, Asia, U.S. energy, commodity metal, pot, U.S. crypto, uh, S&P, all that. Okay, so that's the best performing. Now that we can choose the best performing ETFs, then we can look at the holdings of those ETFs, which are the best performing. So from there, if I go in here in our doc, you'll see all these spreadsheets. The one that's really important is this one right here, the rank low volume or rank low volatility. When you're in a really severe market where there's a lot of stocks just really volatile, you gotta remember we're able to focus on out of thousands of stocks. These are your best performing stocks, low volatility and fairly liquid that I've shown here, and we are able to whittle it down to these eight or nine stocks. Okay, so we have here as an example. So this is what's new. I've shown this, I've talked about this in the last few days. So in here, I have the ability now to generate the reports that I want. And I've shown this before using a piece of software, OpenBB. So here, as example, is Suncor, which is a Canadian oil and gas company. And how do I know this is a good company? Well, the first thing you want to look for is forward guidance and what the um, analysts are saying, the market analysts. So the first thing you want to look for are the forward guidance or estimates. You can see here, these are going out to 2027. Most of the stock that I've looked at do not have any reporting whatsoever for 2024. Meanwhile, 2025, they'll put some data out there, but not much for 26 or 27. Okay, but there's something here. I wouldn't be feeling confident with that. But if I also look for this is what I'm also looking for. What are the analysts saying? The recommended, strong buy. And then if you want to go into the intraday, you can see here we got strong buy, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour. So this, even though we've missed that opportunity, it should continue to move up. So from a perspective, this helps you decide if you want to invest in this long term or just day trade it. In this case, this looks like a very good stock for investing long term. So you can see here the price is fairly low. All the stocks I'm going to show you are under $100. So this is a pretty good stock to get into. The next one we have here is WFRD. So if I showed you this list here, and these are PDFs, just so you know, we can put them up in Substack. So we're now going from Weatherford International. Now remember the top sector was the categories of oil energy. So you can see here, again, the most important usually, we do get people that care about fundamental technical analysis, but really what matters from my point of view is this right here on the estimate. So you can see here, they do report 2024, 2025 in full, and the analysts uh, are looking good here as well. So we got some buys, strong buys as well. That's a good sign. And when you look at what I showed you in that spreadsheet, you will not find any sells at all, at least for the daily. Okay, so that looks pretty good there. So that's definitely something, you can do either the day trade, but you can see here, once those moving averages cross, you're going to have another really good, potentially uh, upswing based upon that upward momentum and based upon the forward guides. Let me show you one stock that's done very well. I've talked about them in my TikTok. This is Toyota out of Japan Motors. Um, what you want to see is something like this. Remember, we're going into a full-on potential recession. Look at all the data that they've gone out. Not only that, but they go all the way out to 2028. And then you got to look at the dividend. It just grows. They feel very confident. EPS is growing. Revenues continuing. So this is like probably the best stock out of the one I've seen so far on this single stock analysis. So that's the ideal you want. Okay. I could show you another one. And if you go to the analyst for Toyota, not strong buys, but buys, still pretty good. You can see here we got some selling, but majority are buying. But like I said, my spreadsheet's different. That's all institutional on the spreadsheet. Another company that's doing well is Brazil Vale Mining. Another good company to know about. But when you look at the estimate, it's not like quality of Toyota, but still quite a bit of data all the way up to 2027. Not a lot, but you do not get a lot of companies doing this. You might only get one company that might do guidance for next year, 2024. So when you see companies report out, like with Toyota all the way up to 2028, every single field here is got a calculation that just says something about the company. So that's what you ideally want to look for. That's how uh, restricted a lot of these companies think because of this solid recession. They don't know. They're not going to put their outlook out there. So in order to see momentum, so the problem with Toyota is this. So if you don't mind this, you're investing. Toyota's looking pretty good. You can see that big run up here. Very good. And it went from 160 to 189 since August. That's in the last month. And that should continue. This is like the early stages of NVIDIA when they said that they're going to do well. With that kind of guidance, that's pretty strong. And usually I would not find it until I get my system to do that for me. So if I put this over into daily right here, it's a little better, still spotty, but for investing, this should be fine. All right, so let's go back to our current list. So we have here is HP. This one's not so strong at all. Let me just find it right here. So HP, as an example, so this is Hewlett Packard. Oh, different company. HP, Helmrich Payne, oil and gas. Not sure where this is from, but either way, see what the estimate is. But here you can see buy strong and then estimate here. Estimate. Yeah, again, very, oh, there is no estimate. So, yeah, I wouldn't choose this one. But in terms of the recommendations, saw the buys there. So I'm not sure if I'd want to keep that open. Then we have the ETFs. So we have some interesting companies here. We have Imperial Oil that could not get generated, but this one's a Canadian Sun Life insurance company. So again, let me pull that up. So Sun Life Canadian, uh, you could see here that this guidance not too good. See, very little data, nothing actually. And it only goes out to 2 years, so I'm not very confident. So you don't want to invest that. That's a for sure. But from a, so you got a month here, neutral, weekly, biweekly, strong buy. So this is okay to get short term. So this will take off. You can see that already. The buy signal from 48 to 50. So you could still do a manual trade if you wanted. That's using MotoWave. Same thing with Trading View as well. So there's that. Let's continue along. So this company here, BNS, is a Canadian bank as well. Let's pull up that one. This one's not as good as either. Um, so Bank of Nova Scotia, and then estimates really only outlook for next year or 2025, but nothing for next year. So that tells you they expect bad news for next year, and they're not sure about 25. But once again, that's not a good long-term investment. um, so here again, 4 hour, 1 day, pretty good for intraday day trading, I guess. So that's pretty good. So that started here at that time. So that's pretty well lit. So you could see here some very good companies. This one looks pretty good. This one's looking pretty good. The other one's not so good, but it really helps as well. Hopefully, this will help you out, and we shall talk to you later. Have a good day. Oh, and don't forget to sign up at quantlabs.net/books. At the bottom of this video, you get our free PDF. You'll get the ability to see what we're continuing along, and all those single reports will be part of my Substack as well. Over and out.